You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, welcome to Alive Again on Pet Life Radio. Today's episode is about how to track an animal's energy over the Rainbow Bridge and into the future. But before we do that, we want to take a sponsor break, and then we're going to get to the 2 questions from our listeners.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
Buster, you're telling me my dog food products can't go on your shelves?
That's right. Didn't pass one of my Petco certified nutrition checklists. Sorry, Wayne.
Who made these checklists?
Geniuses. Very smart guys.
Well, it's good enough for most grocery stores.
Do you see cheese puffs on my shelves? Mayonnaise? Soda pop?
No.
That's because I ain't running no grocery store, Wayne. Your pets will get better nutrition, I guarantee it. Petco, where the healthy pets go.
Enter the code LUCKY10, LUCKY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at petco.com.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience? We have a brand new trademark concept called InfoSeeds. InfoSeeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. Is the best, most cost-effective way to invite us in. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit the website
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of InfoSeed. Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
This year, Americans are expected to spend a jaw-dropping $36 billion on their pets. From lighted leashes to high-end spa products, the discriminating pet owner can find just about anything to pamper his or her pet. Hi, this is Michelle Fern. Join me every week for Best Bets for Pets, where we'll talk about the latest pet products and talk to the companies that make them. Best Bets for Pets, every week, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Alive Again. My name is Brent Atwater, and I'm an animal reincarnation authority. Well, how do I get to do that? First of all, as a medical intuitive, I can see an animal's life force energy in the past, in past incarnations, and track that energy into the future, which we're going to address in just a few moments. Also, I've done 16 years of research on animal reincarnation, and that culminated in about 4 books. So we invite you to look at those books on iBooks, Kindle, or www.justplainlovebooks.com. Now, today's question is from Debbie Forsman, and her question says, here's a picture of Linda, which is her cat. It's a calico cat. She's passed away April 26th of 2011, and we had 17 years together. Will she return to me during this lifetime, and if so, when? Well, first of all, Debbie, I'd like to express my condolences to you, because anybody who's had a cat for 17 and a half years, I know they are a part or the tapestry of your soul. So I thank you for sending me your picture. Now, as an education for those of you who are listening, if you want to ask us questions about your pet and if it's going to reincarnate, please send a picture of your pet and your question to Brent@PetLifeRadio.com. Let's say that again. Send your question and the picture of your pet to Brent@PetLifeRadio.com. Okay, it's going to take me a minute. I know there's not supposed to be any dead time on a radio show, but for those of you who are listening, I get quiet. I ask the cat permission to look at its life force energy, and then I pull the cat's life force energy up on my screen, so I'm actually looking at it. So now I'm going to be looking at the cat's energy, and this is a precious little cat. You should see her eyes. Linda had good eyes. Debbie, I don't see her energy tracking into the future. And I know that that is not an answer you would want to hear, but I believe that she came in this incarnation to be with you, and that this will be her only incarnation with you in this lifetime. And for those who don't understand why I say I don't see the energy, I take Linda's energy, I watch it as she crosses over the veils and goes to the Rainbow Bridge, and then I ask Linda to show me where she's going in the future in this incarnation. And I get a blank screen. So I don't get to see her, and I don't get to see what her new body is going to look like. But I do hear that you are going to have a new cat that will be with you 2 more times, and that cat's coming within 2 years and 8 months is what I'm hearing. So when you meet this new cat, that cat will be with you that incarnation and another time again before each of you pass away. So I'm sorry to give you bad news, but that's what I see when I look at her energy in the future. I don't see her energy there. But when I ask my guides, I do hear that you will have another cat that will be with you in 2 incarnations, and she'll be here within 2 years and 8 months. She could be as early as 13 months coming to you and no later than 2 years and 8 months. So I thank you very much, Debbie, for sending your question in to Pet Life Radio. And for those who want to send your question, hey, mail it to Brent@PetLifeRadio.com and send your pet's picture with it. And if you'd like, we will discuss any question that you have on your pet's reincarnation. Now, here we have a question that is most interesting. So hold on to your seats, folks. But first, let's go to our sponsors.
We'll transport back into the metaphysical right after these earthly words from our sponsors.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/lucky, LUCKY, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at petmeds.com.
Hi guys, this is Skylar Samuel.
Hi, this is Rochelle Pfaff from the Twilight franchise.
Hey, what's going on? It's Tyler James Williams from Everybody Needs Chris.
Hey guys, it's Caroline Sunshine from the new movie Marmaduke.
You are listening to the amazing, unstoppable Kristen Powers.
Pets Rock.
Pets Rock.
Pets Rock. Pets Rock.
Pets Rock on Pet Life Radio.
Hey everyone, this is Kristen Powers of Pets Rock at Pet Life Radio. We'll see you next time.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Pets Rock.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Alive again, and we're answering questions today on your pet's reincarnation. Now, this is a question from Willie D, and the question is, I neutered my pet, and ever since, he won't talk to me. He ran across to the neighbor's yard and lives at the neighbor's house and won't come across the street or won't get near me. Did my neutering cause him not to reincarnate again? Well, Willie, that's quite a question here. I don't think that your neutering the animal affected his reincarnation, but it does affect his physical ability, and it does affect, obviously, if there's any pain associated with the surgery, his having physical problems. I think that when the animal ran across the street and is now living with the other people and won't let you come around, I think that's more of incompatible energy rather than the cat reincarnating to you in this incarnation. I believe that if that incompatibility is there, that you were in their life so that you could help neuter them to save the population of too many cats, but that it doesn't affect any reincarnation that y'all might have had between you. So let's go to a sponsor's break and we'll talk with you later.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
At Petco, we really love pets. There isn't anything we won't do to make sure they're getting the best products and the best care. So when you ask us a question like,
so how do you feel about cat condos?
We can say from experience,
feels like home for her.
Enter the code LUCKY10, LUCKY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at Petco.com.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. Oh Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Thanks for coming back with us today. I have a question here that was sent to us from a lady in Sweden. So remember your questions at Brent@PetLifeRadio.com. This question says that she lost her beautiful cat, another cat here, named Lucy, and she wanted to know if the cat is going to come back and when the cat will come back. And this is a question from Sweden. So those of you who are across the pond, we answer everybody. Send your questions in. This is a lovely calico cat with 4 white soap toes, and I am getting that your cat will be back. I'm hearing within 14 months. And I believe she's going to look very much, when I track her energy to see what she's going to look like, she does, in fact, look like she did in her past life. So I believe that your son, who, as you stated in your email, loves this cat very, very much, will be pleased and will be able to recognize this animal. I thank you so much for sending us your question from Stockholm and taking the time to listen to us and learn about reincarnation. We have so many people email us questions about pet loss. And next week, Meg, if you will tell us what you're going to address in your segment of the show.
Hi, Brent. Hi, dear friends. Next week, we're going to be answering questions about the pain of pet loss. So if your beloved pet has crossed over and you feel that it's so hard for you to move forward to celebrate the happier moments with your pet, we do want to answer your questions too. So please do send your questions to Brent@PetLifeRadio.com.
And if you would, please, in the subject line, put pet loss and bereavement question. It helps us a great deal when you will put in the subject line what you're calling about, whether you're asking about the pet reincarnation section or the pet loss bereavement section, or if you're calling to ask for an animal medical intuitive diagnosis question. That way we'll know how to better place you in our schedule on the radio show. So we'll look forward to getting your questions at Brent@PetLifeRadio.com. Go ahead, Meg.
I had the pleasure of speaking with this lady. She had called me and she set an appointment. And she said she had been crying since her beloved dog died about 4 months ago. And she had prayed. She talked to her family and friends. She spoke to about anybody who would listen. She posted on countless pet loss forums. And you know, that is something when you're going through this is typical of what someone would do. And she found herself telling and retelling her story. At this point, her husband didn't even want to hear it anymore. So she told me nothing seemed to help, and the pain was still there. So her question that we're going to be talking about next week is, can you take the pain away?
Whoa, that's a heavy question. And I think that, Meg, you're going to give her several methods to help relieve pet loss pain and ways that will help her be able to move forward. And that's one of the things that we on our show get a lot, folks, is that people will call in and ask if we can help do something. As an animal medical intuitive, I can look at the energy and track it over the rainbow bridge, and if it's going to reincarnate into the future, follow that life force energy into the future and see what your animal will look like. On the other hand, the emotional issues and the emotional energy that is twirling within yourself is something that, although we can see and although we address, You are in charge of your soul's energy, and you are in charge of your soul's choices. Therefore, it's going to be imperative that you, that's right, you contribute to changing your mind so that it changes your energy, so that it changes your pain surrounding the loss of a pet. Now, one of the things that I've done is I have established the Pet Loss Hope Foundation, and it's an initiative that's global, and we're opening offices all around the world. Our book, Animal Reincarnation, is going to be translated into French, as are the I'm Home, A Dog's Never-Ending Love Story, and I'm Home, A Cat's Never-Ending Love Story. And we'll be having Catherine and Frederick, who are in charge of our French contingency, on in our future shows. But what we're trying to do is, by educating people about animal reincarnation, we're trying to raise awareness so that you can turn your pet loss hope into joy and have hope be joyful, because you understand that reincarnation, which has been around for about 3,000 years, is a vital process in the circle of life. And we hope that when Meg addresses this next time, you will understand that miring in your own pet loss on an ongoing basis is not productive and does, in fact, hamper your animal's energy returning to you. So let's take a sponsor break, and we'll be right back.
We'll transport back into the metaphysical right after these earthly words from our sponsors.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience? We have a brand new trademark concept called InfoSeeds. InfoSeeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of InfoSeed or email us at
PetLifeRadio.com.
Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Pet Life Radio presents Paranormal Pets, where you can always expect the unexpected. Each week we'll discuss all aspects of weird or spiritual animal encounters, ghosts, totems, psychic animals, animal souls, animal angels, and animals in religion, with a little cryptozoology thrown in. Step into the supernatural world of pets with your Paranormal Pets ghostly host, Dusty Rainbolt, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Alive Again. In this segment, we are going to talk about your animal health issues. I am an animal medical intuitive, and I will be looking inside your pet's body to determine what we can do to help Fluffy, Buffy, or Fido. How do I do this? I tap into your animal's life force energy, and then I look inside their body, and I actually see their bones, nerves, organs, and things of that nature. So a question that we had today is from a lady who had a border collie named Jackson, and Jackson has a wheezing cough that sometimes honks like a geese, and she's concerned that Jackson has allergies. So when I close my eyes and look inside Jackson's body, what I see is that his larynx, which are the flaps that cross over the tube that goes down to your lungs, your breathing tube, one of them is broken, and it does not flap back and forth in a natural open and close method. So this dog has laryngeal paralysis. Well, now what does that have to do with anything? I want you, if you have a dog who wheezes when he runs, or if he gets excited, pants excessively, or when he picks up a ball and carries it in his mouth, if he sounds like he coughs, or if he has a honking sound that emits from him, not a wheezing sound, but like a honking sound. Now, at first, you will hear this, and it will be intermediate, and you'll think, oh, he did that a couple of weeks ago. And then you'll say, well, he did that a couple of days ago. Laryngeal paralysis is a deadly disease. It is often mistaken for allergies. Oh, my dog has allergies. He's just coughing. He's just trying to get something out of his throat. He's just out of breath. No, the flaps in his throat are broken. One of them is not closing, and he's choking to death, and he will die within 20 minutes of a laryngeal paralysis episode. Now, this is called the silent killer in dogs, and in the summer, a lot of owners who take their dogs out and they have asthmatic attacks or they think they have allergies to the weed and pollen and everything like that, it's actually a precursor that laryngeal paralysis is already setting up in the flaps in your dog's throat. So one of the ways to see is lift your dog's lip above the canine tooth, take your finger and push the gum and see if the gum rebounds with color. If it rebounds with color quickly, then you may just be having an asthmatic attack or it may be an allergy. If your dog does not rebound quickly and you see that his mouth is turning pale pink and then sort of has a grayish cast and then it started turning blue, sort of like the tongue is doing this also, then you have about 20 minutes to get the dog to a veterinarian so they can do a tracheotomy to allow your animal to breathe. Once the larynx collapses, when the dog is trying to breathe, it's like a closed door, and he's trying to suck against the closed valves of his throat, and the harder he tries to breathe, the harder the valves lock in place, and the dog is killing himself trying to breathe. And there is no way to open the valves that have collapsed. Now, once you have discovered that your dog has laryngeal paralysis, and the easy way to do this is they do a 20-minute test, they semi-sedate your dog, and they take a lighted microscope and look at the back of his throat to see if the flap, the laryngeal, is collapsed. If it's collapsed, then they will take and literally tuck one side of the larynx flap back so your dog can breathe easily. The most important thing, I know I'm saying this once, I'm saying this twice, do not pass off wheezing or honking or strange coughing sounds from your dog as asthma or allergy, especially if it started 4 months ago and nobody can diagnose it. Oh, it's been around for about a year and nobody can diagnose it. That is the silent killer sneaking up on your dog because his larynx is just collapsing a little bit. And as he ages, it gets more and more, and then one day he won't be able to breathe. There is a simple solution for it, but you want to go to a board-certified veterinarian. Now, one of the things that people don't understand is there are board-certified veterinarians and there are just practicing veterinarians. So when you go to your veterinarian, be sure that they have board certification from that state in their repertoire. Licensed veterinarians can practice without board certification and go to a lot of the learning schools like the state universities and other learning centers. They have familiarity with laryngeal paralysis. It is one of the most misdiagnosed, death-provoking diseases of a dog. It's sort of like osteoporosis in a human being. Osteoporosis in a human being is considered a silent killer because it just slowly and surely sneaks up on you and then breaks all your bones. And it kills the bone marrow and the bone matter and the bone structure. Well, laryngeal paralysis just sneaks up on the dog's larynx, the flaps collapse, and then your dog collapses, and then you have 20 minutes. Another thing that you can hear in laryngeal paralysis is it's a clicking sound. When your dog breathes, there's a little clicking sound. And it sort of sounds like snapping fingers or the little clickers that they used to have. So please, I'm asking you, because I almost lost a dog to this, to listen very carefully this summer if your dog gets overheated, if his breathing sounds difficult or abnormal, and look at his gums. And if your vet cannot diagnose it 100%, and if you've treated it for several months and you're not getting a response, check with a professional who is a specialist in laryngeal paralysis and save your dog's life. We thank you for being with us today. Now, I'm looking forward to getting your questions sent to Brent at PetLifeRadio.com with your pet's photo so I can answer about your pet's health as an animal medical intuitive, or we can determine if your pet is going to return for that reincarnation in this lifetime. If you'd like to read our books, go to www.justplainlovebooks.com, and we have an animal reincarnation book that'll teach you how to talk to your pet, and it will empower you to touch them and feel their energy on the other side. You can find our show on podcast and iTunes, our books on iBooks, and we hope that this show has allowed you to heal your heart today, removed a little pain if your animal has passed away, and given you hope that reincarnation is real. I look forward to seeing you next week. We're going to deal with the pain of pet loss, and we're going to answer your questions again on your pet's health. Thanks for tuning in. Talk with you soon.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.